5:18, it is Sport Talk on a Wednesday. Doc Quake, Cowboy Joe with you. Coach Mark Mariakas from Ridgeland High School and his athlete Vonn Bell in the house with us. We'll chat with them in just a second. In the Buff, Day Spa and Salon, folks, brings you your Storm Track 9 David Glenn forecast. Partly cloudy tonight, lows in the lower 30s. Partly sunny tomorrow, highs in the low 50s. Cloudy Friday, highs in the mid-50s, and cold this weekend, highs in the low 40s. It's still winter, although we have that spring fever, Doctor.
Yeah.
It's all brought to you by In the Buff. And again, it's, believe it or not, Valentine's is next week. In the Buff Day Spa and Salon is offering a special deal on couples massages, including champagne and strawberries. Not sure what to get? A gift card is always right. Get more information at inthebuffdayspaandsalon.com or call 648-4999, 648-4999.
What does strawberries have to do with a massage? I know it's always been that way, but where did the connection come in?
I don't know. Strawberries and champagne is the
Why can't
connection.
it be, Fruity Pebbles or something?
Pretzels?
Fruity Pebbles and massage. That's my kind of day.
You want cheese dip and hot wings, don't you? All right, Coach Mariakas hanging with us from Ridgeland High School and Vonn Bell, and we appreciate you guys coming by, Coach. And Vonn, good to see you, my man.
Nice to see you guys too, man.
2 weeks, people have been talking about you a bunch. We've had phone calls, we've had a lot of emails and things, and congratulations, first of all, man. You got a great opportunity here. But just talk about the timeline of how it happened. As far as we know that Georgia, Alabama, and Tennessee offered scholarships already. Talk about Mark Richt first of all, and just talking with him and Georgia.
It was a good experience talking to Mark Richt. He's a good guy, and Georgia's a good program and everything. It happened about a month ago. And the previous weeks, as Tennessee and Alabama and Arkansas offered me too. So
Arkansas has as well.
Yes, sir.
That's the fourth team in the row. So, as in your mind, and I know your mom and coach and everybody's trying to get it all under one umbrella for you to try to figure out. Do you sit back and just kind of wait on it all? Do you want to commit early before your senior year where you don't have to worry about it? Or are you going to ride it out till signing day? What does Vonn Bell think in his heart?
I guess we just go ride it out and see what happens to all the colleges and offers they give me.
But you don't have a specific time that you want to be committed by this or that? Or...
Oh, no, sir.
Okay.
So, not talking about the, offers or where you might go, who do you follow?
Oh, all my options open right now. I really follow nobody.
Very smart. Smart kid.
And of course, Joe wants you to start following Florida State, but that's another story.
Give them a chance.
Coach, this guy, it's been well documented that he transferred from Chattanooga Central. Right. His mom worked at Ridgeland, and he goes down there to play for Ridgeland last year. And I thought it was interesting because we did the Coca-Cola Red Zone and everything, just following you guys, kind of sputtered a little bit at the beginning of the year. But, boy, once you got guys into positions where everybody felt comfortable – I know we were talking, Vonn and I were talking about Bridges moves from quarterback to fullback or whatever. Right. He comes up with a 1,000-yard season. I mean, It seemed like once you got all the pieces in place, boy, you had a well-oiled machine.
It was a unique year. We we started off very, very young. We had graduated a huge senior class the previous year, and so going into this year, we were still trying to put people into place. And then about game 3, we had a little. We had to kind of just discipline some kids and kind of let some go, and for whatever reason. And then I guess that was the point in time where the distractions were out of the way. We moved some kids around. Like you said, Daryl Bridges, actually came up to us. The coach put me back at running back because we had set some running backs that week. And then from that time on, it just exploded. The kids just kind of got focused. Coaches did a great job getting them in place, getting a system in place very quickly, and then the kids just performed well. And hats off to them. But we got some good athletes and a lot of young kids that stepped up and played well in some big games, and found ourselves in the region championship game again.
How does it feel as a high school coach to have a defensive end at Oklahoma State, defensive back at Georgia, a wide receiver at Alabama? You've been through this before. So the experiences that you can transfer to Vonn, I think, are huge, priceless, really. Have you seen anyone? Is there an advantage to committing in August and saying, okay, now I don't have to worry about it? Or do you think, is it better that you go through that entire football season, because we all know coaches can change, situations can change, injuries might happen. What are your thoughts on that? Is there a formula?
There's not a wrong answer. Vonn's a different individual than all those other kids that we've had come through. They've all made the decision they thought were best. I never try to steer them towards the school or away from the school. I just tell him, like I told the other kids, don't make an emotional decision.
There's time.
There's plenty of time. Get a school that fits right for you, a coaching staff that fits right. But, on the coaching side of it, those coaches may not be there but 1 year, 2 years.
Right.
So now you're left with the program and the school. So make sure that you're in an educational system, in a program that you want, that the program itself is not set on the head coach or the coaching staff, that make it deeper than just a personality. And then you'll be okay if that coach leaves. And I think that's what Vonn and his mom are doing right now, just taking it all in. It can be very overwhelming if you let it, when you get phone calls from Coach Rick and Coach Saban and all, Coach Dooley, within a 36-hour period. It can just kind of blow your mind.
I'll bet.
But, it's crazy.
I wish I'd have known what that felt like.
Let me ask you this as a coach, and you can be a father figure at times to these players, and I know that. How do you feel about coaches in our schools, and there's a lot of them that do it, that will offer a kid, and then because of the newly 25 limit rule, come back at the end and say, can you come in January?
Right.
We're going to sign over you.
Right.
I don't like that particular. If I offer you, you commit, I'm good with it if it's me. And I think it goes both ways.
It does. And I've told all the guys, once you commit, stay with it. I don't like this changing stuff.
Oh.
So when you make your decision, stay with it. I mean, Nigel Nicholas, if you go back when he was a senior, he committed to Duke, and when he did, he got a lot of other people all of a sudden interested in him, and he stuck to his guns until the staff changed. I mean, Coach Roof at that time and the staff got released. And to me, that's a little bit different situation. But he wound up going to Oklahoma State because the recruiter from Duke went to Oklahoma State. And he just kind of followed. They both kind of met back up.
So he
at
had that
Oklahoma
relationship
State.
already.
That was it. And but I tell them all, stick to your guns, be a man about it. Make a good commitment, because once they make a commitment, it doesn't stop the recruiting process. I can promise you.
And like you just gave examples, sometimes it fuels it.
Yes. So whenever he makes his commitment, if it's during spring football, before the senior season, whenever it may be. It doesn't stop everybody from doing anything until signing date.
Well, you mentioned that it doesn't. Whenever you do commit, the recruitment's not over. How many times, or have you seen, a team, a coach of a certain team, use everything and anything they can against the other school to get him to say, you know what, maybe I'm not making the right decision here?
We've had a real blessed situation with all the recruits that we've had, colleges coming in. We haven't seen the dirty side of bad mouthing. There was one school that tried to do that, but the majority of them that's come through Ridgeland have been very professional. They talk about their school and their school only, and they just kind of sell themselves and not talk about, because I'm going to tell you, I tell the kid, that's a turnoff. You got to be real wary when somebody comes in and starts bad mouthing somebody else. They're hiding something too. And so the majority of the guys that have come in have been very professional and classy, and it makes the decision a whole lot easier.
We're talking with Vonn Bell and his coach, Mark Mariakas from Ridgeland High School. And we go to Mike. Welcome to Sport Talk and Talk Radio. Mike, how are you?
Oh, fine. I just want to say I ran into the young man at Central High School one night. I think he's going to make it because he listens real good.
He listens real good.
He was throwing a football to another guy who quit the Central High School football team. And we were talking, and he was talking about this game, and said he's a pretty good ball player. He was humble, though, but said he wanted to improve and be the best he could be. I was getting some pointers, tell him to run all over the field, chase people all over the field, and run through people like Zach Tatum. I'd walked on him in the college football team, and I'd read in the book how he tackled, just run through people. And I recommended he do that. But I noticed that day there, his stats, I think he was about number 20 in tackles, and he went up to number 3 at the end of the year. And what I took from that, the guy sit there didn't hardly talk. He just listened. He took everything in. So I applaud him for the year he had, and I think he's going to do a good job in the future because he's a young man that listens. Most young folks won't listen to you. They think they know it all. So I just want to congratulate him and just say I think he's going to make it due to the fact that he's a good listener.
Mike, thank you so
Mike.
much. And Mark, Coach, you're shaking your head. Yes, I mean that's how huge is that for a young person to be a listener?
It's huge, and I totally agree with what he said. You know, when Vonn came in, we knew he had some athletic talent. That was a no-brainer. But you know, it took a game, and he'll tell you. We had that talk after that first game. He wasn't ready for the speed of the game. The teams that we were playing. And we went through the evaluation on that weekend, breaking the plays down. Every player gets every play graded, and it was kind of woke him up. Like, wow, I've never had that done before. And from that point on, he became a different ball player. He was the same athlete,
right?
But he realized he couldn't just take his athletic ability and be successful, that he had to put a little game plan together. He used some technique and preparation, and he just took off from there. But the gentleman's right. He's probably the best tackler that we've seen at that position since we've been there. That's why the coaches, when they look at this film, it's a no-brainer because of his closing speed and his tackling ability is phenomenal.
Is that what you try and do? Go run through him, like you said?
Oh, yeah, right.
Jack Tatum. Well, I don't know if you've ever seen him play, but you could emulate a whole lot worse. That's a fact.
Right. I heard a recruiter once from the SEC a few miles up north say one time, film don't lie. I'll never forget that. And when you see it, you know.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
In this case, you know.
Yeah.
Quick break coming back.
Ronnie Lott ran through a lot of people, too.
He did. Ronnie Lott's another good example.
Steve Atwater, Joey Browner.
Yep. None of them are Raiders.
I've got a good quote from Joey Brown. Ronnie Lott was.
I'm trying to give you Jack Tatum, all right?
Tatum's great.
Okay.
I've got a signed jersey by him.
Do you really?
I do.
Fantastic.
Oakland Raider
when your
boy.
defensive back and your nickname's the Assassin,
Oh, yeah.
that kind of says it all, right?
We can't use that one.
No.
No, Vonn's mother's out here.
That's right. Got to be positive. Got to be
I might not get
positive
by
like
with
that.
the Cobra.
No, I don't think you will. I don't know.
I don't either. I forgot she was coming.
It is Sport Talk WGOW. Vonn Bell, our special guest, and Coach Mark Mariakas from Ridgeland High School. And we'll talk more with them when we return. And your Bill Lockhart Traffic coming your way. Brought to you by my friends at Platinum Financial. Again, locally owned and operated mortgage company. Whether you're refinancing or purchasing a new home, call them today for your lending options. And folks, if you haven't refinanced your mortgage since 2008, you're just tossing money out the window for your family each and every month. In-house processing, underwriting, and closing. They close loans typically within 20 business days, and their staff works each and every day with local real estate agents. It's Platinum Financial, 893-8156, or you can find them on the web, platfund.com, 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 or 893-8156. Or you can call Brian Owens on his personal cell phone, 304-6811. 10-minute conversation can answer some questions that could save your family money. Platinum Financial, platfund.com. More Sport Talk coming back. Greg, you'll join us right after this pause for the cause on the Talk Monster.
When it matters, Chattanooga turns to Accurate Team Traffic.
536 Sport Talk, WGOW on a Wednesday. The Talk Monster.
Watching a couple of things on Jack Tatum. You guys remember that hit he had on Earl Campbell?
Yes.
At the end zone?
I do.
That knocked both those guys out?
Yes.
Both of them did.
Campbell scored, but he fell into the end zone.
Yeah, it looked like the two Rams hitting each other at full speed. I mean, it's crazy. We've got Vonn Bell and his coach, Mark Mariakas from Ridgeland High School, and we're just talking a little bit about the recruitment process. And now Vonn has been offered by Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, and Arkansas, in that order, I believe. And Petrino, was he the one to pick up the phone and call? Or
No, it was a defensive coordinator, Paul Hayes.
Okay.
He messaged me on Facebook and wanted me to call him, so he offered me over the phone.
Okay.
Good deal. Many more to come. We know that.
I'm surprised LSU hadn't been here. Anybody that plays defense, they're going to find them.
That's right.
These guys are crazy. Greg, welcome to Sport Talk and Talk Radio. How you doing today, Greg?
Good afternoon, guys. I appreciate your show. I just wanted to encourage Vonn to keep his mind open. If you've been watching the playoffs here, you got names like Patrick Willis and Green Ellis and Michael Orr and Eli Manning. And there's a lot of guys down in Oxford that would love to have a player like that.
I didn't think we had any Ole Miss fans on this.
Oh, man, I know you don't give us any credit, but we love the place. And
No.
needs to check it out.
Where's Romero Miller at?
There were some serious Ole Miss ties in the playoffs. That's for sure.
That's some serious talent right there. Ole Miss is a beautiful school, so Vonn, just keep your mind open and don't be too tied to the local guys now.
Thanks for the sales
You're a
pitch,
good man,
Greg.
Greg.
We appreciate
All
it.
right, buddy.
Coach, you were talking about Nick Saban on campus when he was recruiting Bowman.
Mike Bowman.
Is that right?
That's right.
What is that like? I mean, obviously you have. I don't know if Coach Rick has been there, but I mean, there's been coaches on campus,
Right.
but Nick Saban, I guess, garners a little bit more ballyhoo or whatever.
Yeah, it was a special moment for everybody. Mike and his family, but Coach Saban came in, walked the halls, shook the hands of his teachers. He does such a great job in the recruiting. I mean, when we went to the field house and after we walked the halls, he signed some autographs to a couple kids, and we had some construction work going on there. And I can remember the construction guys had them sign their hard hats and stuff, and he was just so professional about it. But we went to the field house, and he sat down with his mom and Mike, and I mean, I've heard a lot of coaches do a lot of recruiting. But that man was so amazing. I actually found myself taking notes of what he was talking about, because he was just talking about life to Mike.
Really?
Yeah, he didn't talk a whole lot of football. He just was talking about, what Alabama's going to offer you as a young man, not the X's and O's, because everybody knows that. But,
So if Vonn doesn't commit, you're committed then, right?
yeah, I'm there. I'm there. I'm fired up.
How special was that, Vonn? It's National Signing Day, or NSD as we call it around here, and then all of a sudden the phone rings or Coach Mariakas says, "Hey, Vonn, get down here. I got a call for you." How did that all go down?
Oh, I was on my way to lunch. My mom told me to go see Coach Mariakas that day, and he said he got a surprise for me. He handed me the phone. It was the coach of Alabama, Coach Williams. Then he pulled Nick Saban out for a meeting, and he offered him a telephone.
This is an amazing thing, Vonn, and all these guys will echo it. I know, Coach, years ago you wouldn't think of calling a junior on National Signing Day.
Right.
But now it's just year-round. You've got to be a year, maybe even 2 years ahead. Some sophomores are getting,
Yes.
If they've been to camps, they're known.
Right.
I mean, they really are. And I know you haven't attended any camps.
Oh, not yet.
So when these films came out, I guarantee you some people, Coach, were in shock.
Yeah, they were, and that was the
Those
reason.
films don't lie.
No. That's why we sent so many of them out, just in a mass production. And I made some phone calls to every school that we sent them to make sure that they had his film and they have seen it and didn't get lost in the shuffle because he hadn't been to camps, and he was really an unknown when he came to us. And that's once they saw his film, it was a no-brainer.
So now the invitations have come in to camps this summer, or what?
Yeah, they'll want him.
How
to
does
come.
that happen?
Well, they'll want him to come to camp. Not so much now that of the teams that's offered him.
Right.
Usually those 1 half-day camps, they'll call them. Those senior select camps, they're really tryouts. They can't call them a tryout, but that's
Right.
what they are. They're a combine.
Well, what do they do? Run the 40?
They run the
bench,
40.
and-
They'll do 101s. They'll do just some agility drills, positional and specific agility drills. And, usually that's, like Mason Harris went to South Carolina,
Right.
did the half-day camp, and they offered him right there on the spot.
Yeah.
But the guys who've gotten the offers usually, if he wants to go up there and just work out, that's fine. But he's already got the offers,
Right.
So it's not so as important for him at this point in time. But if there's a school that he wants to go to that we want to talk about, and they haven't offered yet, maybe go to camp and try out and see if he gets an offer.
Vonn, talk about just your growing up. Sports fan from day one, love playing all of them. I mean, did you know you always wanted to be a football player? I mean, how did it go as far as how old you were when you went through all that? And
At first, I started off at the YMCA and the little sports leagues and everything. My mom had me in all the sports and everything.
playing basketball?
Yeah, basketball was first. Then.
You played basketball for Ridgeland. You guys had a game last night, beat
Oh,
Ringo.
yeah, we beat Ringo last night. My mom always kept me interactive with sports. I tried out swimming, soccer, everything, tennis. I was all around sports. And when I got in middle school, I started football, and they carried on and everything.
So you didn't play until what grade?
6.
Sixth grade. And you said, I got to get more of this, or were you kind of, I don't know about this at first. I mean, were you in love with it from the beginning or what?
No, I just love hitting this. He's great.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm there with you.
And Coach, talk about it because, I mean, that's huge. I mean, that's, 90% of a football player?
That's it. I mean,
If you like the hitting, you can –
yeah, if you don't, we tell kids if you can run and hit, you can play.
Right.
And if the kids don't like contact, that's what I tell kids. Football is not for everybody. It doesn't mean they're a baby or sissy or whatever. It's just they don't like the contact. It's just different contact. You know, basketball's a contact sport also, but it's different when you got there in football and somebody's flying at you and trying to headhunt you. And but you know, kids like Vonn and some other kids that we have on our team. They just love contact, and they love the strategy behind the football game itself of fitting in the right places and knowing my role. It's just you know, you can tell his eyes light up when he's on the field.
I can't speak for everyone, but I know in my situation, I started football really, really early, and I kind of burned out by the time I got to high school. I still played, but you know the pure passion wasn't there anymore. And I think more parents should look at maybe holding their kids out until 5th or 6th grade, until, you know, and let them experience football, especially then. And you know, if they really love it, then they, you know, that's in my opinion, that's the time when kids really start to grow, really start to put on, you know, muscle, especially when they get into high school, and that's when they can really fall in love with the game.
Now, Coach, you're shaking your head big time, so you must agree.
We see, you know, in high school, this is finishing up my 27th year of coaching in high school, and we see it more so in the basketball, the baseball and the softball now, is that kids get into high school and they're just burned out because they play 100 ball games in the summer. They do fall ball and they go to camp and they do all this specialized, and the kids just get tired of it.
Right.
And, you know, football is a sport that's going to be hard to do that because you just don't pick up and throw some pads on and play football year round.
Right.
But, yeah, you're right. The kids that are good in rec league and middle school can get burned out by the time they get to high school. If that's all they've ever done and somebody's just driven, doesn't mean it's all bad, but they can get burned out.
The pet peeve that I've always had, and I didn't want to turn it in this because there are going to be parents, there he goes again, running that mouth, but 5-year-olds contact, I don't get it. With the helmets, I don't get it. Because I don't see what you can teach.
Well, there's Vonn's a great example of not starting until he was in middle school and look at
There
it.
you go.
Hadn't hurt him.
Right. Hadn't slowed him down.
No.
Hadn't made him hit less.
Yes, that's right.
How much, just generally, how much does that puberty line mean too? You know, because you and I've talked to other coaches, especially middle school, 7th, 8th grade, where they say if they can hit that puberty line, boy, that's where they can be. I like this sport and I want to be more a part of it, or you know what, this isn't for me.
Well, I more so than that maybe, because that's a huge deal too, but I think it's the coaching environment that they're under, that if they'll make it fun, you know, I tell our middle school coaches, make that game fun for that kid. It's not going to mean anything of what his stats in the middle school at all. Nobody's going to care. Nobody's keeping up with it. The parents care and the kids care. I know all that. But I'm just talking about in his long-range future, the number of touchdowns he scores in the middle school is not going to hold a whole lot of water when he gets to high school. So just make it fun for him.
Right.
You know, don't make it drudgery going to practice every day. And we do the same thing with our 9th graders. Just keep them out, have it fun, and just grow those kids up as young men. And if they like it, they'll stay with it.
Coach Mark Mariakas and Vonn Bell from Ridgeland High School.
What about the enforcer or the gatekeeper, something like that?
I like the enforcer. That's not bad.
That's good.
Quick break. We'll come back and wrap it up with these guys. More sport talk coming your way. Bill Lockhart traffic as well. And that's brought to you by Rick Davis Gold and Diamonds. Valentine's Day is next week. Rick Davis has a huge selection of jewelry and more. Rick is buying, selling, and trading all day, every day. Even Cupid knows Rick Davis Gold and Diamonds is the only place to go for that perfect Valentine's Day gift. Rick Davis Gold and Diamond. More sport talk coming back on the Talk Monster.
Out in the state, one night you with my big mouth.
When it matters, Chattanooga turns to accurate team traffic on WGOW.
I don't know about you, but this traffic's about to give me a headache. 20 more eastbound at Market Street, heading out of downtown. An earlier accident in the cleanup stages. 75 southbound, just south of the 153 interchange. An accident, that's a snarler. Gann at Thrasher Pike, Gadd at Dayton, and Thick Stuff 27 northbound, Signal Mountain and Red Bank bound. Bill Lockhart, accurate team traffic.
No imitations, retreads, rejects, burnouts, or wannabes. Still the genuine item. 102.3 WGOW FM, Chattanooga's Talk Monster.
Portions of the Talk Monster in Sport Talk today brought to you by Comcast and all things Xfinity. Imagine seeing the kids get home from school while you're still at work, or setting the alarm, turning on the lights, and adjusting the thermostat right on their smartphone. Folks, it is 2012. You can do that. Now stop imagining, because it's all possible with Xfinity Home Security from Comcast. It's state-of-the-art, and this system keeps you connected to home and family anytime, anywhere. Right now, for just $199, you'll get $1,100 worth of equipment. It's free activation, free installation, plus you can save up to 20% on homeowners insurance. So that's just another feather in the old cap.
It is amazing what the system will do.
Check it out, folks. Bring home greater peace of mind with Xfinity Home Security. Call 1-800-XFINITY for this great offer today. They can answer any questions that you might have when it comes to this security. But this is, like we said, state-of-the-art systems.
You can watch your pets.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How about that? Even on vacation from anywhere, right?
I could be watched.
You could be watched. You should be watched. So call them, 1-800-XFINITY, and ask for Xfinity Home Security and get all the answers to your questions. 1-800-XFINITY, 1-800-XFINITY, and tell them you heard about it on WGW. Coach Mark Mariakas from the Ridgeland Panthers and Vonn Bell, defensive back / anywhere else?
Georgia allows us 13 days to get 10
days.
and got some rain dates in there in case we get a storm, and play a black and silver game.
Okay, so there is a game, too.
Yeah, between ourselves. Georgia don't enter scrimmage in the spring, but we'll scrimmage. We have a scrimmage in the fall with Signal Mountain in August before our regular season starts.
Mm-hmm. And that's already scheduled?
It is. It's on the 11th of August on a Saturday. Signal Mountain will come down, Coach Price and his staff. And
at Ridgeland? We'll be there.
Reese Phillips, he's going to be a D1 signee. There's no doubt about it. His quarterback. So that ought to be
he's something else.
Yeah, that's two of the top 5 in our area.
There we go.
That ought to be fun.
There we go.
Basketball, because that's what's going on right now. So you guys got a game. No tournaments coming up, right? Monday.
On Monday, yes. We play against Mary, I think, at Mary. So big time.
Be
game.
a good one.
How you guys? What's your record now? You guys been pretty good this year?
No, we're 12-12, I think.
Okay.
So we're 500 team.
You need like some big 6'8" dunker in the middle.
Oh yeah, we should need that.
Who knows though? You can make a run, right, Vonn?
Oh yeah, we can. We just need 2 more games to go to the state tournament.
You're going to take some unofficial visits. I know there's a difference, people, when you're listening in between official visits and unofficial visits.
He's already had an unofficial to Tennessee.
You've already had an unofficial, so you're going to plan those and probably take some official visits later on down. That's where your mom goes and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do that. Look at our calendars and stuff, see what's open.
Anything over the summer that you have planned?
Oh, I don't know yet.
You don't know? Just going to kind of live it out, right?
We go live it out.
There you go. Well, Vonn, you've been a tremendous guest for us, man, and we appreciate your time, and we'll talk with you soon, I guarantee.
So what'd you come up with, Joe, the enforcer?
Yeah, well, it's really not up to me. I think Vonn has a say in this, but I like the assassin, but like you said, his mom's out there. You don't want to upset her. So
he does have a say so in it, but see, we got 3 hours here every day.
so yeah, we could hang something on him and just it would probably stick.
Sure.
From the sports fans around, but we won't do that to you.
Love meeting you, Mom. Vonn, you're a great young man, and Coach, thank you.
Welcome. Thank you, guys.
Coach, good luck this year, and of course, you got a long time going, but you coach other sports too, don't you, down there?
Well, I'm taking over the golf team this year. It's just the golf coach has some health issues, so I'm filling in for him this spring. But other than that, just football. The whole staff I've got is blessed just to do football. So
right.
It's good.
And Vonn and I were talking about how awesome your facilities are with the field, the brand new turf. It's not brand new, but it's been 4th year?
This will only be the third season
year
coming up. Yeah.
And I know Ringgold got new turf now, but I was telling Vonn there's something about that black background that just in the black end zones that just make it pop.
It does. We got blessed with an award this summer. It got voted. It sounds crazy to say this, that a local school got this award, but we got voted the best turf field in the country by the Sports Turf Council, which is the governing body for all turf fields and turf agencies. And
so that's not just high school field.
No. That's every field in the country.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
Wow.
So AstroTurf did a great job for us putting it in, and hats off to them, helping with the design and the color scheme. It's a great honor.
I know you've had a couple youth like Super Bowl type things down there, and man, that's the beauty of these turf fields.
Yes.
in November, when normally it's 3 inches deep of mud and been trounced through for 3 months, you still got a pristine field that's, don't even have to cut the grass or anything.
Yeah. I told the staff I'll take over the game field this year. They can have the practice field, but it's good for everybody. The band, the soccer program, rec, everybody uses it year round.
Right. Well, Vonn, good luck, man.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time again. We appreciate it. And, Coach, always good to see you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Continued success, my man.
Thank you.
Quick break. We'll come back. ABC News Time. We'll hit your sports headlines and jump into some other things.